behalf of the project team, which includes myself, Professor Jennifer Rudolph of Humanities and Arts, and Professor Kevin Wong of Mechanical Engineering, we'd like to welcome you to this event and today's conference. Through this conference, we hope to demonstrate that WPI has expertise and resources related to China, and that the China Project Center is an exemplary model for implementing WPI's project-based education and learning model in the global economy. This event also shows WPI's continued commitment to working closely with business communities for preparing next-generation workforce in the global technological world. China is a complicated country and presents both challenges and opportunities. How to tap into this vast land of opportunity, how to do well in China, and how can WPI help? Let's find out some of the answers and learn the insights and perspectives from today's speakers. Without further ado, let's start today's conference. At the beginning, I'd like to invite Dr. Dennis Berkey, WPI President, to say a few words at the beginning. Dr. Berkey.
Thank you, Professor Zhang, for that perfect introduction. That's just the way I like it. Welcome all of you to WPI. You are here at a very interesting moment in the development of WPI, and I'm very proud to tell you that our increasing global reach and global interest and commitment is a very important part of that. And it is a time when there are very fertile discussions on this campus going on about how to expand our activities in and around China-related things, not just in our project teams that have so much to do with engineering and technology and society, but in the humanities and arts and broadly across our campus. It's a time of great excitement. My wife and I will be making our first extended trip to China in the fall, and I'm especially pleased with the work that is being done by these faculty in the project teams that go to China, to our project center. I think that's the only example of a project setting in which the teams actually comprise both Chinese students and WPI students. And that is a wonderful statement about our commitment, not just to a collaborative kind of education, but to appreciating how globally interconnected the world has become and how important it is when we think about these concepts of innovation and entrepreneurship and educate this next generation of business and technological leaders that they think globally and not just about how to build a particular business at a particular point in time or location, but what the implications are for the larger world community, and that's a point of great pride for me. You're also here at a very interesting time in our academic development. Next week, when our board meets for its annual spring meeting, it will approve the formation of the business school at WPI. That is the elevation of our Department of Management to a proper business school. We have just completed the recruitment of a new dean for that business school, and we had a great celebration in this room last night with our Department of Management faculty, both looking back and expressing great appreciation for the important history of management education at WPI, and also looking ahead to how much brighter yet the future can become, where we have this marvelous opportunity in a small university like this to properly connect business and management with engineering and technology, with the life sciences, with the humanities and arts, and really produce the kind of educated graduate as well as work that can lead to commercialization and technology development of the first order. So that's a great milestone for us. We will also break ground immediately after commencement on a 140,000 square foot sports and recreation center, which is our next commitment to the physical development of this campus. And the beauty of this campus is one of the important ingredients that goes into what makes WPI so successful. And I believe that later in the summer you'll see the cranes return to Gateway Park, where we will start construction of the next building in that new life science-based neighborhood down the street that WPI is developing, as our commitment to economic development in the region, as well as expanding our bioengineering and life Sciences program. Finally, I'm very proud to tell you that this is a very financially sound institution. We concluded last year with an operating surplus of about 6%. Our goal was 3%, and it looks like we'll do the same again this year. And despite the hard times that higher education is facing in this country, along with the economy generally, WPI continues to prosper. We continue to add exciting new faculty. We continue to welcome very strong, overflowing, even entry classes. Looks like we will again be oversubscribed for the fall, even though we reduced the rate of admission. I see a faculty member in the back worried about just what that means. We have an enrollment goal of about 850 students. We might be at 875 or 880, it looks like. Further testimony to the value proposition of the kind of education that WPI is providing, and I think of the commitment of the faculty at this institution to remain on the cutting edge of developing the programs that not only our students need and our faculty thrive in, but what the economy needs and what the world needs. So in the spirit of all that, I welcome you here, and I hope you have a very productive day exploring these very important questions. Those of you from the business community, I hope you feel especially welcome at WPI because we appreciate the partnership that we have enjoyed over these many years with the business community and the potential that remains yet for further productivity and mutual collaboration that leads to these terrific results. So welcome. Amy, thank you for everything you've done to organize this conference. Have a wonderful day.
Next, I'd like to invite Ms. Kristen Cooper, Executive Director of AIM International Business Council, to make the opening remarks.
Good morning. As Amy said, I'm Kristen Rupert, and I'm Executive Director of the AIM International Business Council, which is a program of Associated Industries of Massachusetts. We are delighted to be a co-sponsor of this event with WPI, Mass MEP, and MAC. A brief word about the AIM International Business Council. We help Massachusetts firms with their global trade needs. We connect companies with experts in international trade. We sponsor roundtables and seminars. We produce a bi-weekly online newsletter. And we make annual trade awards to recognize businesses doing great things with international trade. We collaborate with public and private agencies to present events that will help Massachusetts companies better understand the business opportunities available through international trade. Today's conference, focusing on perhaps our most important trading partner, China, is exactly the sort of event that our members find valuable. Developing markets represent the most promising future for international trade, and China is in the forefront of the countries with which we need to grow trade. AIM, which is our parent company, is a statewide business advocacy organization that is nonprofit and nonpartisan. We're not affiliated with any political party or with a state or federal government. We're nearly 100 years old. We have over 6,500 companies as members, and I know there are several member companies here today. And we represent almost 700,000 employees in Massachusetts. We are financed by membership dues that our member companies pay us this year. We began our lives about 100 years ago as just a manufacturing organization, and although that's still our sweet spot, we work significantly with manufacturing companies of all sizes. We now have members from all industries, ranging from large firms with common household names to small firms with fewer than 5 employees. We are the employer's voice on Beacon Hill and on Capitol Hill, and we ensure that the concerns of all businesses are shared with the state legislature. Anyone is welcome to attend our events, and our events are usually free of charge. And anyone can sign up to receive our online newsletter, which comes out about every 2 weeks. For the last several years, we've been holding a series of seminars on emerging markets. And what we do is we feature panels of business people well-versed in trade with Russia, Brazil, Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam. And we'll be doing more of those seminars this fall and next spring. My business card is on the table out by the registration. So if you are interested in being put on our mailing list, again, there's no charge for that. And we would be happy to add you to our database, and we'll send you the newsletter, which aggregates information about all kinds of international events in Massachusetts. And we will also let you know about our seminars. Also on the table is a copy of the AIM quarterly business magazine that looks like this, called Massachusetts Business, and we highlight a number of companies in the Commonwealth that are doing good work. That's about it. Enjoy the conference today. Thank you.
Last person who made welcoming remarks is Mr. Jack Healy, Director of Manufacturing Advancement Center. MAC is not only the project partner, but also the sponsor of this conference. So let's welcome Mr. Jack Healy.
Thank you, Amy. We didn't do much, I can tell you that right now. My name is Jack Healy. I'm the Director of the Manufacturing Extension Program for the state of Massachusetts, and also the Director of the Manufacturing Advancement Center. When Amy first came up to conceptualize this project, we were more than happy to support it. We think it's really an outstanding project. I think in terms of Amy's work and Jennifer's work and Kevin, I think it's going to be an awful lot of fruit, because the relationships with China are pretty essential. China's driving the world economy. Most people are usually impressed with the amount of statistics coming from China and how much they're exporting to this country, how many jobs they're taking away. You hear that all the time. Nobody's talking about the amount of jobs they're supporting in this country. And I met the gentleman this morning from Nipro, who's in charge of Nipro supply chain in China. Nipro now has a China center. Nipro was a small company in Worcester, in Clinton, 1969, with 73 employees and 16 machines. I got 8,000 employees in China alone today. We have another gentleman in the audience, Howard Rice, who just made the biggest machine he ever made for China. This goes on, and most people are unaware of it. Right now, in construction, now Siemens company is making all kinds of parts and components for China. Our economies are very much interlinked, regardless of the rhetoric you see in the newspapers. And the exports to China are 30%. The low value added there is about 10%. So 10% of the gross national product of China is in exports. That means 90% of their gross national product is self-contained. It's the fastest growing consumer market in the world, offering all kinds of opportunities. The WPI channel link also provides, I think, a very important part to support that trade. And there are schools that are teaching Mandarin because they think that's the way to go. We have high schools in the state that are teaching Mandarin. I think they'd be better served to learn math and science than teaching Mandarin, because very few people are going to speak Mandarin as good as the Chinese. And English is the standard language around, the business language around the world. You get a good interpreter, I think you can do business there. But you can't do business there if you don't understand the culture, the history, the economics of the country. It's like somebody learning English and coming to this country and not knowing anything about it. They don't come across very well, and neither will you. And that's one of the problems. We've seen that play with people coming here, and we're just as foolish as going over there and not knowing the country or anything about it in terms of culture. That's why this link is so important. I think it's an opportunity to provide business people a really deep background in understanding the business opportunities and in a country that is vast. So more than that, we're very happy that Amy took this on and Jennifer assisted her in this endeavor. And Kevin, with his links to China for students, I think in terms of those papers in the back, you'll see it's pretty unique, all right, with the projects that are being done in this school and with people in China right now. So once again, thank you very much and welcome you. Thank you.